Good morning. So today is a really exciting day, as today we are going to try to recreate the Snowy Pines Inn into, can you guess it? Rory and Loralie Gilmore's house. So this is one of the lessons that unfortunately I learned after I already began purchasing all these houses. This is a Department 56, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Department 56, Snowy Pines Inn. And let me tell you, when I say I spent hours scrolling through Lemax, Department 56, Dickinson Village, Christmas houses, even like Kmart and off-brand named houses, I was very specific and intentional about the design. It was impossible to find one that had one pointier, taller cider house. This has 2 chimneys. Their house only had 1. But for me, the most important and significant part of the house that it needed to have was a covered front porch. It had to already have the little fence on the porch. I wanted 2 double front doors, and this house met all those qualifications. It's, I think, a hotel, the Snowy Pines Inn. This little sign was supposed to hang, I guess this way, from the building. Now, here's what I was saying about the lessons learned. I wish I had another one with me to compare, but I'll show it to you in the village when we're done. Hopefully we get done today. These Department 56 houses are so much bigger than Lemax houses. So not only is this going to be a bigger house in Department 56 world, because it's not a single resident home, it's actually like a little bed and breakfast or hotel. This house is so much bigger in comparison to the size of the Lemax houses. So it kind of looks like Rory and Loralie have a grand mansion in the middle of my Stars Hollow village. But whatever, it is what it is. I didn't have the budget to start replacing houses and then just waste this one. And it still had the features I really, really liked. I loved that it already had the steps. I even loved the snow, and, because I smell snow. And I knew that I could transform this into what it would look like most closely compared to all the other houses I saw online. So we're just gonna work with it, and they're just gonna have an extra big house in Stars Hollow. Now, I almost was tempted to leave a couple things as is. As you know, Rory's house is blue, a light blue, and this is a lot of painting. I realized on the first building that I did, Taylor's Old Fashioned Soda Shop, I do not like repainting buildings. It tends to look really, really bad, that first or even second coat, but I can't leave it white. I was tempted to leave the roof blue. As you can see, it's a really glossy finish. It looks great. I think a dark blue roof on a blue house would look beautiful, and probably nobody would notice but me. But I want to be as authentic as I can, and they don't have a dark blue roof. It's more like a beige brown, kind of like that color. The other thing that I really wanted to do was, and I've never seen it before on any other house in real life, maybe because I'm in South Florida, but Rory and her mom's house, is it still on the front porch here? I had cut a piece to show you. They have this, this material. This is the plastic canvas for crocheting that I bought off of Walmart in order to make the Stars Hollow town sign. I don't see where my cut piece is though. I already had one cut out. I'll have to do this one. It won't look as good. But I knew that if I cut this and then attached it to the top up here, it would give that same kind of, I don't even know what that is. It's like a mini fence line along the top of their patio. Now, here's my great debate that I honestly wish I could put a poll out there and see, what do you guys think? I'm kind of tempted to rip and pull all this garland off because I really want to have, and I would cut this at an angle so it would be all diamond-like shape. I want to have this hanging from the roof line. And for me, classic Rory and Lorelai's house is not Christmas garland. It's those purple flowers, little berry looking flowers. I don't even know what they are, with some pretty greenery hanging from it. And then I trimmed off some of these pieces of flowers that I used recently for like vines going across it. I think I could make it look so good, but I have to take the risk and remove at least the garland. Maybe I'll leave these ones on the windows, but I'm gonna have to take it off here. So that's gonna be the first step. Hopefully I don't regret it. If it looks bad, I might change my mind and just glue it back on. But if it comes off and I'm feeling confident, I'm just gonna go for it. All right, so that is gonna be step one. I have a couple pairs of pliers here, and I'm gonna see how easily this comes off and what is left behind after I try to rip it off. And remember, I don't want to damage the building at all because that mesh fencing goes behind this border line. Although I guess I could blame Jess, say, oh, when he was cleaning the gutters, he put a big old hole. Oh, I think it's gonna come off. Oh, okay. Ooh, yeah. And I know that this is like a Christmas village and it kind of takes away some of the Christmassiness, but I'm telling you, I think when we paint it blue and then put up that mesh and put some purple flowers, it is gonna be so Gilmore-ish, Gilmore-y. All right, let's keep going. I think this is meant to be. And you know what? If I can keep this kind of intact, I could always glue it back on at Christmas time and maybe take it back off if I want to leave her house up all year long. That came off really nice. You know, I'll give you a little secret. I was thinking, what if I kept this Christmas Stars Hollow Village out all year long, not just at Christmas time? Like, what if I, you know, did the crazy hazy summer day and then did a fall themed one? But that would be a lot of work. I don't know. I'm watching Gilmore Girls all year long. It would be nice to have their village set up all year long. This one's peeling some of the paint off. It's okay, we can repaint it. All right, one down. One more section to go. You know, I could leave it on the side. I could just do the front. Should I do that? This way the side's still Christmassy? Maybe that's what I'll do.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? That just made it so much cleaner. All right, here we go. All right, so for the house, just because in case anyone ever wants to recreate it, this is called Baby Blue by Deco Art. All right, we got a little bit of blue going on in there. And I think this blue is gonna dry like a mat. Front door's got to be painted white too. This is gonna really, I don't want to say suck. It's gonna be labor intensive to have to do all of this tiny little detail getting inside there with a brush 2 times. You know, I almost went with a darker blue, and I'm really glad I didn't. But you see how pretty that dark blue does look. God, I'm tempted to keep it, but I don't think I should. Oh, it is gonna be so hard. No, it's not. These are wire based, so I can just bend them up to paint inside. In fact, I might leave them bent up like that so it's not blocking as much of the house. Okay, first coat of blue is done. And I don't care that I got it on the roof there because I'm going to be painting that the light brown anyway. All right, now for inside this teeny tiny patio. All right. Around this bay window are thick white columns. They do not have the horizontal lines like the rest of the blue siding, so I'm gonna say that that's crown molding and leave that white. Alright, back of the house is done. We got one side left, and then our first coat will be done. And I gotta tell you, it is not looking bad at all. That spot. Wouldn't it be terrible if I dropped it right now? All right, so I'm gonna let this coat dry, and then, whew, I think my shoulders and neck need a break before I start the roof. So, I think I'm gonna come back for that. All right. All right, so I had to put my phone on the charger, but I wanted to get one coat of the white on all of the shutters, and I'm gonna warn you, it doesn't look very pretty. This is what happens when you do one coat over a darker color. Like, honestly, the first time, if you've ever painted a village house, I feel like that first coat, it just looks so bad. You're like, no, I ruined it. But I have to tell you, another thought I had was, I think maybe the blue might be a hair too dark. And I don't know if you can tell in the middle here, I put a little bit of a lighter color blue. And I think it was on this side, you probably can't even see the difference. There's a hint of like a mint green in it. I feel like her house is a little bit lighter with a touch of mint green, just the tiniest hair. So I'm gonna try to blend that perfect combination and do our second coat with that new color. All right, so here's what I did for the sample. Like I said, I put more of that mint and then a lighter blue. So this was the original blue, baby blue, and then this is the lighter one called Cool Blue. You can see, I mean, it's not a huge difference, but I think it's important enough for me. So I think what I actually want to do is make a big batch of it, because I don't want one side to be more teal and one to be more pale. I need it all the same color. And I even feel like this might be still a hair too blue. So I'm gonna add a little bit of white and a hair of that. More than a hair, we'll see. All right, which brush do I want to mix with? I guess I can mix with this one. Still maybe a little more white. Do a test run. Ugh. Look at that. First coat, it looks so bad. All right, let's see. What do we think of this color? That already goes on so much smoother than that first coat. It's amazing. What are you doing, kitties? All right, is that more Lorelai's color? I think so. Hopefully it doesn't dry too dark. All right, I'm gonna try to get all the paint off this brush, and then we'll use a smaller brush to wrap it up. Blue versus that blue, right? Right? Hopefully it just doesn't dry too dark. Boy. I don't want to paint the bottom layer, but I have to. Yeah, you can see how darker that bottom blue is compared to the top. So I gotta tell you, I'm not sure I'm gonna do another coat after this. Once this dries, this may be it for the blue. I'll do another coat on the white, once it's 100% dry. And for now, I'm gonna go put my phone back on the charger. All right, so I made a little bit of iced coffee with a dash of pumpkin spice to it, and I am gonna get back to work on the white second coat around all the windows. Oh, I also poured all the rest of the paint from Loralie Gilmore's house into this vitamin bottle. This way, if I ever have to do a touch-up or if I decide to do another coat, I have all that paint stored in here. All right, so let's get this second white layer done, because once that's done, I am so excited to, I found the pieces, get this diagonal little fencing attached behind those columns there. And then I can't wait to make the little purple and flowers with the green vines. All right, so let's just first look at how terrible that first coat looks. All right, and then I'm gonna look at those doors. Oh my God, it looks terrible, right? Not to worry, the second coat always makes a big difference. Okay, so our light blue paint is dry. It looks spot on to the color, at least in my mind, of what the Gilmore Girls house would look like. And from a distance, this second coat of blues looks great. Up close, it needs a third coat of blue. And I am just really tired of painting blue. So I have to tell you, I think I'm gonna make the executive decision not to paint the roof brown. Hear me out. This shiny finish makes it so hard for that first coat to stick to it. The second coat wants to pull it off. It's probably gonna need 4 coats to look light brown. And honestly, I really like the navy blue. I think if Loralie were here, she would pick this blue and say, you know, enjoy it. Maybe add a new storyline to an episode of the show. She used some of her, you know, new spa that Michelle is running in order to pay for a brand new roof, and she could not decide on the color, so Luke picked this navy blue. And man, that nautical blue looks awesome with her light blue with a hint of teal to it. All right, so the way that I am going to get off all of that leftover paint that I thought I would be covering up with brown, I already tested this, is with a little wooden cuticle stick. If I just kind of carefully scratch it, it comes, are you able to see that? Right off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think it looks so crisp and sharp. I always love the shiny finish of it anyway. So I'm gonna leave that as it is, but I am gonna have to do a second coat of the light blue. And in case I get any more mistakes on here, I'm gonna wait until that's done to do this part. Oh my God, it's like a professional did it. All right, we'll do this last little corner. How freaking adorable is that? All right, now, do I put the garland back on the front for Christmas? I think I paint my purple flowers. Let's just see. It's pretty cute, but it's a little much. I think the sides are fine. All right. Let's paint my flowers purple. You can see, I'm not gonna do it perfect, but I'm gonna do my best. Maybe some of these little flowers haven't turned purple yet. Like that. Oop. I think I just took some paint off. All right, so we got one. We gotta let that dry completely though. Can you guys see how beautiful the contrast is where those little purple berries are? Little purple flowers. And then imagine this on Lorelai's house. So next I'm going to paint these pieces of a different flower, green. I do have some already green from a different branch because there is like a ivy that these things kind of hang from. So I'm gonna paint these, I think all a darker green. Maybe I'll do some light green and some dark. All right, let's do that.